Kayode Eshola, a pleasure having you with us on the News at 10. Now, considering the importance of politics to our governance structure in Nigeria and in any country perhaps, how bad do you think the impact of coronavirus has been?
Well, it's been seriously devastating. When you run a country where politics is the largest business, that's how people make money, that's how people survive, that's how they live, the kind of effect you're going to have will be seriously devastating. And that is what is going on in Nigeria today. I don't envy our politicians from national to state and local government level, you know.
INEC says it has cancelled several by-elections, and there are major elections coming in some months, considering the time of office that some of these positions, that have to do with some of these positions. So do you see any kind of major impact on some of these elective offices?
Well, definitely there will be some impact. Whether or not they're going to be major, I may not be able to say. But when you have national emergencies, in fact, this time we're dealing with global emergency. Issues of election, either local, state, or federal, will have to be suspended for whatever logical reason. So there's nobody who will be talking about election at this point because things outside are beyond anybody's power. So we can only hope that when and whenever it is ready, whenever humanity survives the coronavirus, if we're lucky to survive it, then we can go back to elections. And when we get to those bridges, we're going to cross them. But for now, no serious-minded nation will be thinking about election, not at all.
One of those bridges may be the post-COVID-19 era.
Yeah.
Do you fear that the issues such as social distancing may have an impact on how we conduct elections in Nigeria?
Well, the conduct of election in Nigeria over the years has been very, very controversial. If you now have to conduct election under the principle of social distancing, you are likely to have more controversies, especially because we don't have the facilities, the monitoring activities. So I would not, if I were to give the advice, I would not advise the government to go into election until the world is clear about this COVID-19. When one tree falls on the other one, you take time to separate them one by one. For me, the priority of the world now is not election. It's not whether you're going to organize it locally or internationally. It's all about saving humanity, because humanity must first exist before elections come up.
Now let's going forward now. What do you think we can learn from this as a nation?
As a nation, we're going to learn a whole lot of things. And the first thing I see that we need to learn is that perhaps people have been doubting over the years that what Nigeria was some 5, 6, 7 years ago in terms of governance has changed. What has happened now has exposed to the whole world that nothing really has changed in Nigeria in terms of how committed the ruling class is to the people, in terms of the temperament of the security agencies, in terms of how seriously you see the government officials committed to the wishes and the yearnings and the aspirations of the people. I was just reading somewhere before I came here that some states did not even have one ventilator, one, just single one, in any of its hospitals. But such a state also recently got delivery of about 150 SUV, brand new SUV from God knows where. It tells you that we have been living in a predatory state which sees Nigeria as a farmland where everybody comes, takes what you have as harvest, and then destroy the ground only to allow it to recuperate and come back again. It's a very serious thing. So we must, as a nation, learn a lot of lessons. One, we must learn that governance is very key and important when it comes to demonstrations of the world. Secondly, the ruling class must learn that it is now possible for all of us to sit in the same country, use the same hospital, sit in the same house, sit inside without electricity drink the same water, eat the same food. Nobody really needs to go to America or England for medical services. You now have options to build the hospitals, to build the schools,
really
and make
fix
things
the
working.
healthcare system.
How will you react to a Minister of Education saying that he was not aware that university lecturers, numbering 50,000 in Nigeria, are on strike, and they have not been paid salary for the third month going? I think we must learn as a nation that if we must decide what happens in our own country, such a minister should be first asked to resign before any other thing. The total is holding the government officials accountable at all times.
That's definitely a story for another day.
Yes.
Dr. Kayode Oshola, it was a pleasure sharing your thoughts with us on the News at 10.
Thank you very much.